What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. I feel like this is repeating all the time now, where it's you really don't need to pay full price for action figures, especially in 2023. We've got retailers like Target that put out sales, quality sales throughout the year. And then if you wait a couple months, a lot of those figures you've got your eye on will be on the clearance rack in no time. Then you got GameStop, which occasionally will have a good sale, but it really pays off when you wait a little bit longer to take advantage of a Hasbro Pulse sale. They'll do those Pulse Power Savings events every so often, but when they do, you can really cash out with some really big savings. And so I was really super excited to get this email yesterday. Here's a hint: Pulse Power Day sales event starting tomorrow, June 12th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We got something special in store for you. Have your browser ready and your inbox refreshed. You won't want to miss this. So, of course, you tell action figure collectors, get ready, be hyped up for savings on figures. We're going to be ready. And at 9 o'clock, I'm sure a lot of us were dialed in. Our login information was all set. Credit cards were ready. And 9 o'clock came and went, and nothing on Pulse. It took about 9:12, 9:30 before the savings, the sales actually opened up. And it was like, finally. But it was so funny because I know there was so much tension, apprehension. Me and my guys, we were doing a text thread like, what's up with Pulse? It's so crazy. So it finally opened, the floodgates were revealed, and then we got to see these savings for Pulse Power Day. And this was definitely a case where you've got Pulse Premium, it really pays off to get that. And I feel like I'm kind of a little iffy on paying for things where it's like, oh man, if you get Amazon Prime, you can get this. I'm kind of like, whatever. But for this, I feel like it's a really great deal. Not just because you get a little early access for stuff, you don't have to pay for shipping, which is two big factors for me. But for a big Pulse Power Day like this, you really get to take advantage. And I think Hasbro's making even greater strides to make that Pulse Premium membership worth it. So you see here with premium membership, you save 35% when you spend $75 or more. Kind of thinking, whoa, $75? That's a huge minimum price tag. But then I think, well, shoot, you pay for three figures at $25 and you've pretty much gotten that price maxed already. So it's going to be like $74.99 for three figures now. But you add in four, it's still less. But make sure to use that code PowerDays35 because it, for whatever reason, does not automatically apply to your cart. So you'll look in there and you'll see, I don't see any savings on these deals, but they actually do hit that price point of having a really good sale eventually. So let's take a look at some of these savings. All right, so we got some Transformers stuff. That's pretty cool. Monopoly, if you really wanted it. Here's a really big deal. Here we've got the Transformers Generation Selects Titan Class, Guardian Robot, and Lunar Tread. That's $199. I've taken the moment to add this into my cart, so you guys don't need to see my address and all that stuff. But let's see what the price tag on that savings would be. So with 35% off of $199, that takes him down to $130, a savings of $70. It's pretty good. So then with $12 shipping, of course, if you're a premium member, you don't pay for shipping, so you just pay for the taxes, and it comes out to $142. That's a really good deal. So you're saving $50 for this guy. Not bad at all. You get these Dungeons and Dragons figures that if you've missed on clearance, you can get them for cheaper now. More Dungeons and Dragons stuff, kind of sensing a theme. Here's some Star Wars figures that ridiculously overpriced for no reason. Vice Admiral Rampart, you can get him for cheaper. Lots of Transformers. Here's some Power Rangers. That Tenga Warriors pack, you can get that cheaper. That's a good savings price there. And then more Dungeons and Dragons. You can see they're trying to work them out. Here's another one that I think a lot of you had your eye on, especially for a deal like this. That Uncanny X-Men 3-pack of Forge, Storm, and Jubilee, $77.99. So you just get that by itself. You don't have to worry about anything else. Let's see what that is in the cart. What's that savings? $50.70. Tack on that $12 estimated taxes. Now it's $62.70. A really good deal for that. So that's a good savings right there. And then lots more Transformers, more Power Rangers. That's pretty good. Here's another really good one. That X-Men villain set, the 5-pack that comes with Strife, Rampage, Zero, Pretty Boy, and Vertigo. Really nice set there. I like that one a lot. That's a good deal. I'm not going to go put this in my cart and all that good stuff, but you know what I'm talking about. And I said Rampage, it's random. I thought that was wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. More Transformers, a couple Star Wars. If you needed those Christmas colored holiday edition figures, you can get them cheaper now. Lots more. You get this Black Series Boba Fett. That's not bad. You can knock that figure out for 33, which is a really good deal. The Lightning Collection Turbo Blue Centurion is 33 as well. And the Lightning Collection In Space Silver Ranger with the bike. Really good price there for that one. You can get those Cobra Kai Power Rangers figures that are, again, overpriced at $27.99. You can get them for a really good deal. So that's really good. You get Samantha, you get Daniel LaRusso, a bunch of retro Star Wars figures. Let's see what it looks like on the Marvel Legends front. Let's stop just going through their main thing. Let's see what they actually have for this sales. All right, so we got Mojo, and this guy is going to be on this site, I think, for a long time. He never sells out anywhere, and especially on these kind of Power Day sales, he's staying around. You can get him for $55.99. Now, that is definitely a good price for that kind of figure. Mystique, $27.99. Again, that 3-pack, $77.99. See here, now you can finally get that Dark Phoenix for a really good price. Same deal with Multiple Man, Moon Knight here. And we get some older figures. We got that Long Shot. I feel like some of these, like the Hour of the Duck, the Red Skull, you could have gotten them on clearance for cheaper than what you still end up with here. But if you missed out, really good opportunity. So you get that Wolverine to match the rest of the Uncanny X-Men set for cheaper. I think that comes down to $16.99 or $16.79. If I did my calculations up right from when I put all this stuff in my cart again. So I think that's a really good deal. Good savings on him. Avalanche is another one. Then you get some older figures that is kind of like, all right, well, I've already got these figures on clearance. But you get Hawkeye, the War Machine, more stuff again that you probably got cheaper. This is a really good deal here, this Herald set, because I don't think this one's worth $62.99, but getting that for cheaper is a really good deal. Here's another one that's a great deal. I got this set during the last Pulse Premium or Pulse Power Day sale. This 4-pack or 3-pack for real of Mojo, Long Shot, and Dazzler. I think that comes out to a little under 100. That's a good deal. I was surprised that this 3-pack is also not on sale, but maybe I shouldn't have been because, you know, this one I think is a more desirable one because of my guy Banshee, a really good head sculpt for both Gambit and Psylocke. So maybe I shouldn't be as surprised as I was. Again, more older figures clocking in on this sale. Definitely know you weren't going to get any of these figures. You know, the Spider-Punk from the Marvel Legends Across the Spider-Verse line, this Game Reverse Spider-Man that's way too expensive, but lots of good Marvel Legends sales here and on figures that you can probably start sizing up for later on, maybe as early as November for other figures that might be on sale later. So no Dragster Destroyer, Moondragon, no Super Adaptoid. I think Super Adaptoid is definitely a figure to keep an eye on for the next sale. Then you see some other figures. We got some Thors. We got Sabretooth here. No Spiral. She's too popular. So it's really interesting which ones get that discounted price point. But you see Firelord is not there. One thing I for sure want to make sure to mention to you guys, sometimes through the course of this event, they're going to put that stuff up for sale again. And what you can find, especially a lot of the time, this one runs through, pull this back up so you guys can see, this one runs through June 26th. So we've got a few weeks of this sale. Now, what Hasbro Pulse tends to do is they'll have a whole bunch of items up in the initial sale, but then they'll also go back through and add items over the course of the next couple of weeks. So if you don't see something on sale right now, don't panic. Don't feel like, oh man, this is my only chance to get this thing. I'm not going to get this savings. Some of those items will actually come on sale later on. So that's how I was able to get that X-Men VHS Cyclops figure. I just waited out a little bit longer and got them. And of course, you do run the risk of some of these things actually going and getting sold out during the course of this promotion. They'll eventually come back on Pulse, but you won't be able to take advantage of that price point for them. So let's take a look at a few other things because I thought there were some really good deals last time. I was looking around, kind of hoping to get some of those G.I. Joe classified series, because at that point, the latest wave was the one with Outback, the Crimson Bat, Falcon, and CoverGirl. This is definitely a great time to get that much maligned CoverGirl at a cheaper price. Lieutenant Falcon, who I'm not seeing right now, but you can get that Tiger Force Recondo. Sergeant Slaughter, I know 80s kids from the 90s was asking about Sergeant Slaughter and Spirit. Perfect time to get them. Here's Lieutenant Falcon. So you get these guys for $24.99. You can then take that price down to $16, which is really good for figures that aren't as great as some other ones. You can get that Marauder version, Mad Marauders version of Barbecue, Tiger Force Bazooka, much cheaper. Don't forget that to back that G.I. Joe Classified Series HasLab Dragonfly while you're at it. But I'm figuring maybe come this time later on this year, maybe we'll see some of these figures like Snow Job, Tiger Force Dusty, Cobra Valkyries for sale later, Rock and Roll. You got that Python Patrol Cobra Officer. So there's lots of reasons to hold out on some of these figures that you're checking out. Want to see if, oh man, should I buy them like this Scrap Iron? Should I get him for 45? No, probably wait it out and see if having a little patience will pan out for you in the long run. Let's go back to Transformers, take a wider lens look at some of these savings. Ironhide, $35, taking advantage of that sale would be really good for him. Lots of other figures. And again, that Titan class figure, getting him for a really cheaper price is a great deal. 142, really good deal there. So lots of figures here available already at the onslaught of this big event. And then let me take a look at this Black Series so I can tell you about that figure that I was looking for earlier. And I was like, I cannot wait. This last one I paid full price for. Axe Wolves is 24 right now, but you can get him for cheaper. The Grand Inquisitor Wicked is definitely, absolutely a figure that's worth this, because I never thought this figure is worth $25. Getting him for cheaper with this sale is a really great idea. So take advantage of him. Get that George Lucas Stormtrooper disguise. Grogu, the $25 one. Still not worth it even at 16. But here you get some really great figures. You get Ayla Secura and Clone Wars Season 7 Darth Maul. You can take advantage of them in the sale. They were not available last time. So like I said, if you wait out and if something is not on sale, that original take, that last sale, hold out a little bit longer. It doesn't seem like a lot of stuff sells out for good on Pulse. So you can take advantage and really get some good figures for cheap. Here's Migs Mayfield. You get him for cheaper too. That's great. You can even get a Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Effects lightsaber, which is really good as well. So tons of stuff here on this sale. Andor figures are now available on it, so you can get them. Lots of great stuff. And this is why I feel like Pulse is definitely a good reason, great reason to get that Pulse Premium membership. Getting 35% off of figures once you buy 4 basically is a no-brainer. To get that free shipping, it really pays off, and lots of really good figures. So, you know, I think the one sticky thing with this is they got this G.I. Joe HasLab underway right now. And maybe for a lot of collectors who are like, all right, what else is coming for Yojo June? I need to know so I can pre-order my stuff. Having a big program like Yojo June, a HasLab, and a Pulse Power sale is a lot to ask for people's wallets. So I hope in the future Hasbro can kind of sync these up a little bit better. So during the midst of a big HasLab campaign and a big pre-order slate like G.I. Joe, they're not having another big savings kind of clashing and making us choose between which ones we want to get with. Anyway, let me know what you guys decide, what you're eyeing, if that item is actually on sale during this event, or if there's some stuff you're hoping eventually goes on sale during the course of this big Pulse Power event. Thank you as always for watching. This episode of Loud's Figure Files has been filed.